Hi everybody, I think we're live now. Welcome back. I appreciate you spending some time with me and learning a little bit more about CASA. I apologize to the YouTube people because we didn't have a YouTube video yesterday because I accidentally had the camera set on take a photo instead of take a video. So we fixed that. You notice I've got different views now and different arrangements of where I'm putting the camera, and I'm trying different places because obviously this is not a studio and it doesn't have a really good place to put everything. So we're trying some different things out. In the meantime, we want to thank our sponsor for today, IBEW, who with is a very generous donation, agreed to sponsor us. And so they are matching every dollar that you donate. So if you donate $100, they're giving us $200. Well, they're giving us $100 also, making it $200, which is really great. Yesterday's sponsor was Lombardi Construction Group, and we thank them for their sponsorship as well. We've got one more day after today, and then the final day, the 14th, Valentine's Day, and we'll be all set. So today we're going to talk a little bit about ways to show CASA love when it is not our campaign. So let's look at that. Ways to show CASA love on non-campaign days throughout the year. First thing I'm going to talk to you about is Amazon Smile. If you do any shopping at Amazon, your shopping could lead towards donations for Child's Place CASA. And here's how it works. Instead of going to Amazon.com, you go to smile.amazon.com, and they donate a percentage of what you spend to a Child's Place CASA. Now you have to sign up for that so that it goes to CASA. It doesn't automatically go to CASA. You have to decide that's where you want it to go. And you do that when you go to smile.amazon.com. Now rumor has it that they're going to be doing away with this program at the end of February. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping they come up with something similar to it. But it's a great way to donate without actually having to really do anything more than sign up. Kroger has a similar concept where they do, you take your Kroger card and you link it to a certain nonprofit. Hopefully you choose a Child's Place CASA. The code is VV721, but you can always search a Child's Place CASA and it'll pop up. And then what they'll do is at given times throughout the year, they will split up the money that they have recovered between the different nonprofits. So that's a way of donating, again, without ever having to do anything that you don't normally do. Good Search is a similar concept. They will donate a penny for every search. And Good Search is the front end. It's the part that you type into. Instead of Google, go to goodsearch.com. And every time you search for something, a penny goes to Child's Place CASA. Good Shop works similar. It's from the same people. And every time you shop, you start out on their page. They'll take you to the Walmart page. They'll take you to the Macy's page or the Lowe's page, whichever page you go to. And then from there, they'll donate a percentage of what you spend without, again, ever having to it doesn't come out of your pocket. You don't have to do anything more than start shopping that way. What else could you donate? Let's say you don't have the money right now and you really want to help Child's Place CASA out. What could you donate? Office supplies are always in big demand. Paper is one of those things that we can't seem to keep supplies of. So if you happen to, let's say you accidentally printed off 1,000 flyers and you meant it to do 100, and so now you've got 900 left extra sitting around, and you go, what should I do? Yes, you could recycle it, or if you donate that one-sided paper to CASA, we will use it in-house, which means it will not be seen by anybody but us office staff. And then we can use the one-sided paper that way. We keep paper files of everything because we've had problems in the past where with the government have come to us and said, hey, we're only on digital and we can't find this file. Do you happen to have it? And we do. So we keep paper files, and therefore we need a lot of paper. Postage is another thing we use often. We have our quarterly newsletter And so that's one of those things that we're going to need to send out. So if you have extra postage, that would be awesome. And gas cards. Our volunteers sometimes have to go a long, long way to visit their kiddos. And so if we can give them a gas card occasionally, it helps offset some of the costs that they are experiencing by volunteering. Now, the other day I showed you the building that J.J. Barnaby donated to us, and we are in need of some modeling help for that. We are especially in need of HVAC and electric. Those are mostly done, but not quite, so we need somebody who is qualified to tap it all in and get it all running. But they're both ready to go. They just need somebody who has those qualifications. And then, of course, we're going to need a new roof shortly. So those are the remodeling help that we need right now. If you want to donate something specifically for the kids, there's always diapers. We always need diapers. You know how that goes. School supplies. Students need school supplies all the time, but everybody gives them out in end of August, beginning of September. So if you happen to have extra school supplies sitting around, that would be a great thing to donate to Child Place CASA. We also go through a lot of board books for babies and novels for teenagers. Our teens like to read. It's one of the things that we encourage them to do. And so if you happen to have teen novels sitting around or board books, feel free to donate those. And then, of course, at Christmas, we try to give one Christmas present at least to each child on our rolls. So that would be 187 Christmas presents we have to give out in December. Well, don't have to. We want to. But if you can help us with that, that would be great. And, of course, gift cards work really great for teens because who knows what to get a teenager. It sometimes can be very difficult shopping for them. You can also help out by supporting some of our activities. We're doing the Light of Hope at the end of April. And again, that's where they'll have luminaries and pinwheels, usually in Fullinsby Park. And it helps us to remind people about child abuse and neglect. We have other events going on as well. You can find out about some of those by going to our Facebook or website pages. Again, that's Facebook is the Child's Place CASA, and the website is childplacecasa.com. And they'll show you some of the other events that we're doing. And we typically are at all of the county fairs, and we're at, First Fridays and those kind of things. So look for us there. You could sign up for the quarterly newsletter, and if you donate via go.rallyyup.com/showcasalove2023, that website, you can sign up for the newsletter right there. If you want, you can also go to the website and donate for Show Casa Love, or you can go through Facebook. I think Facebook has something that you can do too. You could choose to help out by becoming a volunteer. Those of you who are interested in that, there's a phone number at the end that you're more than welcome to call. We have 70 kids in need of volunteers right now. So if you are interested at all in becoming a volunteer, or even just want to figure out what more information about how it works, please give us a call. If you want to join the Angel Roll, that's a giving opportunity. You pledge for 5 years to give X number of dollars every year for 5 years. And then it helps us to be able to have stable money coming in, so we don't have to rely so heavily on grants to make payroll and things like that. You could become a board member. We are looking for qualified board members, people who are willing to work. Busy people work best. As you know, if you want something done, you get a busy person. So if you've got some time and you think that this is something you'd like to help out with, we'd love to talk to you about it. And of course, there's the auxiliary board. The auxiliary board is, they used to do a bake sale before COVID. They used to do a bake sale every month. And then, of course, COVID happened and we had to stop doing that. And they haven't really started up yet with the bake sale, but anytime we need extra help, we can always call out to the auxiliary board and say, hey, we're all getting together. We're going to need somebody to fold envelopes or to stuff envelopes for the newsletter. And that's what the auxiliary board is for. Okay, so if any of those things appeal to you, you can go to the website, childsplacecasa.com with the 3 W's. You can go to the email, childplacecasa@comcast.net. You can phone us, 304-737-4444. You can go to the Rally Up website, which is going to be available still for the next couple of days. It's go.rallyup, RALLYUP.com//show CASA Love 2023. Go.rallyup.com/show CASA Love 2023. And that would be a great way of making a difference in the life of a child. Now, one of the things that I have been doing before I end the broadcast, let's thank IBEW again for their generous donations. Please, please, please feel free to use their donation to double yours. The more the merrier. What we're going to do now is I'm going to read you a story written by an ex-foster child who has a CASA volunteer, and it's a story on how CASA made a difference in their lives and how you can make a difference too. This one starts out like this. I was 2.5 when I came into the system as a result of my mother's abuse. I lived in some homes for a few days, others a few weeks or months. Most homes were kind and tried to care for me, but one was horrendous. They had as many as 16 foster kids, including a lot of babies, in a trailer with only 3 bedrooms. I was there when I was 7 and 8 and had to diaper and care for the babies. The worst were the cruel punishments. My younger brother, who had ADHD, had other abusive stories from the home. Eventually, the family was investigated. They denied everything, so I was branded a troublemaker and sent to a shelter home, leaving my brother behind. Then I got a CASA. I was in the system 5 years before I was given a CASA. The system had already taken a toll on me. I was 8 when I was assigned to CASA. I didn't trust her. She was just another adult in my life making promises that I didn't quite believe. I'd like to think that my story has 3 parts. First is the time I felt like I was lost in the foster care system. Second is when the CASA came into my life. And third is when she helped me find a family just for me. A few months after being taken from the abusive environment, my brother and I were reunited in a better foster home. It took 2 years and a lot of work from my CASA, but finally the abusive home had their license revoked. Although they were able to adopt 7 of the foster kids, 3 years later, the parents had been arrested for more than 30 counts of felony child abuse and torture. Nobody believed me then, but they do now. I wouldn't want anyone else to go through what I did. Even when I felt all alone and lost, I imagined the life I am living. I never realized what it would take to make it a reality. But I'm certainly glad my CASA did. I know I never thanked her enough, but without her, I don't know where I'd be today. So if you want to help make a difference, just like she did, you can donate now. You can do some of the other things that we talked about. Wow, that was a powerful one. I'm sorry. That got me a little bit. It makes a difference, and we want you to make a difference too. IBEW took their turn at making a difference, and now it's your turn. Donate now. We have one more full day, and then it ends at 6 o'clock tomorrow on the 14th. So don't forget, get your money in now. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your kindness, and I will talk with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have a bit of a quiz going on tomorrow, so let's see how you do. All right, talk to you then.